Welcome back into the Inside Indiana show. Now, Ed, the Hoosiers have Iowa this week. It's a team that they've played tough. The Hawkeyes are only 3-2 in the last 5 games in this series, and it should be mentioned, Ed, that the last 2 times these teams have met, they've been tight games. Last year, DeMarlo Belcher dropped a pass in the end zone that could have won the game. It was an 18-13 loss for the Hoosiers. The year before, on Wisconsin, Iowa wins 41-24, but Indiana had a lead going into the fourth quarter of that game in Iowa City. They won in Iowa City in 2007. So this is a game certainly that especially some of the older players might feel a little bit more comfortable with because they've had success against Iowa in the past.
Yeah, certainly it's tough to recover from the 83-20 whooping that Wisconsin put on last year, and to go up there and go into the same exact environment you lost by that score last season and expect to have a different result, especially with Wisconsin playing even better than they were last season right now. But the Iowa game, this is a game they should believe that they have a chance in. I mean, they should have a better mindset for this game. We were just talking about mindset. I think this is one where the Hoosier seniors should feel pretty comfortable playing against Iowa. I mean, there was no reason to believe they could win last week, even though you expect them to have a reason to believe that they can win every week. But, Iowa is a game that they should believe that they can win and play well at Iowa City because they've had some success up there. But, certainly, neither one of these teams has been ultra impressive this season. Iowa has a few more wins on their schedule right now, but certainly nothing that impressive. They both played Penn State about the same. I think Indiana's got, they have to go in there and believe that they can win this game, and maybe they can pull out an upset.
Now, the challenge for the Hoosiers, of course, this week will be to slow down Marcus Coker, running back who's been very productive for Iowa. Quarterback James Vandenberg's thrown for almost 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. What is going to be the key to slowing down Iowa's offense? An offense that put 40-plus on Northwestern last week.
Well, like you said, all sorts of the running game, because once they get the running game going, then I think their passing game kind of kicks in off the running game. But Coach Wilson compared this team to Penn State, and if that's the case, then Indiana should be able to hang with them because, quite frankly, Penn State's offense isn't all that impressive. I don't know if he was comparing them from the defensive standpoint to Penn State, but I don't think that's possible because this team gives up a lot more yardage than Penn State did. But, certainly, it's just like Penn State. You have to stop the running game first, just like Wisconsin, you have to stop the running game first. If you can't stop the running game, then you're going to have problems regardless. And Indiana's had trouble stopping the running game, so that's been one of their big problems. But, obviously, Vandenberg is a better passer than either of the quarterbacks Penn State throws out there. So it's surprising to me that Penn State was able to beat them. But at the same time, the game was in Happy Valley for that one. This one's in Iowa City. But I think you have to stop the running game first. To get back to the question you asked me, you have to stop the running game first, and then if you can slow down Coker, then I think you put more pressure on Vandenberg, and then maybe force some errors, mistakes, and then maybe you have a shot.
Well, at the very least, this is going to be a real intriguing matchup. And when we get back, Ed and I will break down who we think is going to come out victorious.
How's it going? What's up, buddy? You doing good? Come on, let me in!
Want to get inside Indiana? Call 800-282-GO-IU today to get the best in-depth coverage you'll find anywhere on the Indiana Hoosiers. You'll get 12 full-color glossy issues packed with the Hoosier news you crave, plus our exclusive online express edition featuring game previews, reviews, and much more, all for just $49.95. Inside Indiana. You can't get closer to IU athletics without a scholarship.
Somebody in there! Let me in! Please.
Welcome back into the Inside Indiana show. Ed, we only have a couple of minutes left, but what do you think is going to be the outcome of Indiana's battle with Iowa at Kinnick Stadium?
Well, unfortunately, I think if this game was played in Bloomington, I think Indiana would have a chance of pulling off the upset or the perceived upset. I guess Iowa's not as good as everyone thinks they are this season. But this game being in Iowa City, second road game in a row, I think Indiana's a little bit weary right now mentally, as well as physically. They're a little bit banged up, and I just don't think that the game on the road they're going to be able to pull it out.
Yeah, Indiana has an intriguing matchup here. I think these are two teams, unlike Wisconsin last week, that really was designed to beat Indiana. It's everything Indiana can't handle is what Wisconsin is. I think Iowa is a much, much more even matchup. But to me, this one's going to come down to the mindset. I just don't know if the Hoosiers are going to be able to bounce back from such a tough loss at Wisconsin to come back and win on the road. They have an opportunity to build a little momentum with Iowa and then Northwestern at home for homecoming next week. But I just don't know that the Hoosiers are going to be able to do that. I think that they end up coming home on a 5-game losing streak, and it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out from there. Well, that's all the time that we have this week on the Inside Indiana Show. For Ed Magoni, I'm Ken Bikoff. Thanks for watching, and pace yourself.